Hey everyone, so I wanted to have a video on partnerships. And the reason why is because I was recently thinking of possibly going into a project with someone else. Now, I'm very cautious about what I do. I love going in and creating whatever I want, whenever I want, and, doing what I want with it, right? So for me to actually go into a partnership or co-creating a project with someone, I need to know a lot of specifics, especially where money comes in, okay? And I'm going to say I really bypassed having one of those epic, disastrous, stories, okay? For both parties. All right, this is not a video about, saying details and bad-mouthing and stuff like that. It's not about that at all. It's about listening to your intuition or your instincts and following them, So anyway, so when I was approached about this project, I thought it was a great project and I loved it. I fell in love with it instantly. I was like, awesome. But from the day one, we both had two different ideas of what was to happen with this. For me, when I go into a co-creating project, I want both of us to do well, and so I believe that both people should have the same intentions. We should be on the same page, and we should be doing this together, okay? There can be one person, in charge, getting things together, stuff like that, and really moving things forward, because you can't have two chiefs. You have one chief and, the other one doing the supporting and doing stuff along with the main person making decisions. But that wasn't what was going on in this particular one. We both had two different ideas about what we wanted to do, two different end goals about and how we wanted to get there, essentially. The only thing we agreed on was the creative part. The nuts and bolts, there wasn't any of that. So I started having, some doubts and things like that. And then I talked to another person, and they relayed to me their story of their experience and things like that, and it wasn't a happy one. And so I was like, okay, no, this is food for thought, because I've already had some reservations, stuff like that, but I'm just kind of, it's brand new, it's like maybe two weeks. 2 weeks. This whole concept started and ended within 2 weeks. So, it's not like 6 months long or anything like that. There hasn't been any soak time. So it's just been wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, and that's it. So, I took that into consideration. That was that person's experience, and there you go. That's cool. So then we talk a little bit more. And again, I'm still not getting that whole, nice fuzzy feeling. And so I talked to one of my mentors, and my mentor gave me some sound wisdom. So, okay, again, confirming that there's just something that's not adding up. Okay, whatever that is, it's not adding up, So that was 3. My intuition met one person, met a second person. But I was like, let me, and I was telling my angels and guides, I was like, I don't want to do this. I really don't. I don't want to do this. I don't want to have, this horror stories, and I don't even want to tell the person. I don't even want to talk about it. I just want you guys to handle it for me, right? Well, guess what? They pretty much said no. Based on what happened, I needed to actually say something to the person. They said, it's the universe pretty much said, we're not doing this for you. Okay, we're going to give you an opportunity to say what you need to say, but you've got to do this, you know, you got to be a professional, and you got to man up or woman up and do this. I said, okay, that's cool. So, you know, so I did. And so we spent a day together with another person there, which is lovely. It was a lovely day and everything, and I observed this person and how she interacted with me and how she interacted with the other person with us, you know, and so I took notes. And at different times I said what I wanted to say. On the way back, we had a more serious conversation, and I really, you know, came out and told about my fears and about my concerns and about what I want where I want this project to go for both of us, okay? And so we had a conversation about that, and get home, this person calls me, you know, we have another conversation. And then I get a text the next day in the morning. Essentially saying, you know, I think we should part ways and just scrap this. And I was like, thank you, angels and guides, so much. Because I really wasn't comfortable. I wasn't comfortable at all. And I didn't like it. But the lesson to be learned here is I listened to my instincts, and I followed the advice of what my inner voice was telling me. So it was telling me that I have to handle this. I have to communicate. I'm going to have to handle this in a very professional manner. And so that's what I did. The other person was professional. I was professional. And so it was a mutual agreement to part ways on this particular project, which is fine by me. I have no problem with it. I'm glad, you know, and stuff like that. I believe that, again, had we both been coming from the same page, it would have been different. But we weren't coming from the same page at all. I mean, it was just when we got down to the nuts and bolts of it, there wasn't any common ground at all. I mean, none. So, you know. But anyway, so here is my best ever advice to you guys. Know the person that you're getting into bed with, proverbially, okay? Know who you're going to be sharing space with. Know who you're going to be going on projects with, signing contracts, things like that. Getting boundaries set, okay? They have to be set. If you're creating something and a company comes to you and they want to, you know, take your design, mass produce it, and essentially just use your stuff to make them money. And you won't get hardly anything, like the face guy, for a moment. But you're not going to get anything. They're going to win. They're going to make sure that everything that is done is in their benefit. Okay? When you co-create with another person, make sure that you are both, or a group, make sure you are all on the same page. Observe them, talk to them, do not rush into anything. When you rush, you're like, oh my God, you know, you start getting this fear. If they're giving you fear, then you need to, I'm going to say that is a sign or a communication way of letting you know, hey, you know what, just slow down. Just slow down. Nothing has to be done today or tomorrow or even next week. There is no magical deal that needs to be done now or never. If you're being given an ultimatum, walk away. Just walk away right then, because it's going to end in a bad way, you know. But anyway, so this was not that horror story, but I wanted to, you know, to share that with you guys, and hopefully this helps someone else, you know, not, you know, avert that same type of mistake that could happen. So peace out, guys, and I'm going to give you some another video later on and tell you about the Tucson Gem Show and all that loveliness, alright? So thanks for watching, subscribing, and liking, and commenting, and be safe. Peace out.